Hello YouTubes, welcome to my computer desk. My workbench is a little too noisy at the moment in the other room because it has my server rack in it and all sorts of jazz. So this is going to be a short video, just an introduction to this bad boy. I don't actually think I've even made any videos about this, but here I am. So this is my work in progress quadcopter. I don't like the term drone because I think that's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I just don't like it. How about that? So today is just going to be a short kind of introduction and a public service announcement. Now, drones are becoming very popular these days. And you can buy these things pre-built on just about anywhere now. Amazon, Newegg. Insert your favorite retailer here. I think you can even get them at like Target and stuff like that. Now, the one thing they all have in common, or at least most of them do, is you need a propeller for them, which goes like that, and they spin around and do some stuff, and magic happens, and then they fly. Let's see if I can get this thing on the right direction. So, pro tip, and this is what the public service announcement's about here. So, let's say I'm building this thing. One of the first things you do, is you need to test it. Excuse me. So, kind of the natural thing to do would be, put the propellers on there, test her out, see what happens. Well, the problem with that is that this blade is essentially a big knife. This one's actually carbon fiber. I mean, you could definitely, it's not like knife sharp, but, these motors are spinning at like, 20 billion RPM or whatever it is. And so you essentially have four, spinning knives going right towards, well, right here, it's going right towards your face. And so I don't know how many injuries per year happen because of this kind of stuff, but it would be an interesting statistic to know. I bet you it's more than one. I don't think there's been any deaths because of it, but there's definitely been some injuries, I bet. So that's my pro tip for the day. If you're going to test these things, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're inside, take the gosh darn propellers off. For crying out loud, it doesn't take that long. I mean, even if you had all four propellers on here, what's it going to take you, 1 minute? And trust me, spending the minute or two or whatever it may be to take these things off instead of having this thing come flying into your face or somebody else's face or God knows what, go up into the lights and start a fire. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? So just be aware that these things have an incredible amount of power, and unfortunately they are becoming more mainstream. I think the level of responsibility for that is a little low, just like a lot of things. I don't think that it's really a level of knowledge that needs to happen, but they're coming pre-built and you can do stupid stuff with them, and I don't think there's a solution to that because I think people in general do some pretty stupid stuff, so no pun intended, but I have first-hand experience with something like this. This is a Gigantor computer server fan. This thing spins at, I don't know if it says RPM on here. It's half an amp at 12 volt. And in computer fan terms, that's quite a lot. I would guess probably like 10 to 15,000 RPMs. And, these are actually thinner blades than that. They're not quite as sharp on the edge, but they do spin at quite a rate. And I have quite a nasty scar. I got my finger caught in one of those things. I don't know what I was doing inside the server. I can't remember. It was at home here. I have a bunch of old server crap that I keep around for no reason. But I was doing this was many, many years ago. I was doing maintenance on it, and I didn't think that it was necessary to unplug the fans or turn the computer off to do whatever it was I was doing. Probably some sort of cable management or something. And sure enough, I got my finger in here and it sliced me almost right down to the bone. I didn't go in for stitches. I probably should have, but I was bleeding all over. You know, it looks kind of weird when you got blood all over the inside of a computer. People wonder what the hell's going on, but it was not good. And it's the same thing with these. You wouldn't think that, you know, it's a plastic fan inside of a computer. What's the worst that could happen? Well, here you go. This is the same kind of thing. It's just got some plastic, you know, even the bendy ones, even the super bendy propellers. Do I have any here? I probably don't. Handy anyway. Even the bendy propellers. People are like, oh, well, you know, what's the worst that can happen? Well, when this thing comes flying right in your eyeball, then you'll see what the problem is. Also, no pun intended. So there you go. There's my short public service announcement. Don't be silly. Take your propellers off and be careful with multi-rotors of any kind. In fact, any of these remote-controlled anythings. If there's a propeller spinning around, before you do any maintenance, take it off. Be safe. So thanks again for watching. Keep your eye out for more videos on this thing. I'm pretty much done. As you can see, I got to do some heat shrink tubing and whatnot, but I will have more videos about this and sort of my experiences. I will eventually have more videos in my workbench area. This is actually my computer desk here, but I will have more videos, so keep your eye out. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to leave a comment, concern, whatever it may be. Thanks a lot.